Hello, Earth signs. I'm getting ready to do your reading for this time period, although they don't really have a time on them, so just whenever you see this, you see this. My phone is at a different angle, just in case you guys didn't notice. I think we got that good. But okay, so we're just going to start with an animal spirit card. For the earth signs. And we do got a flipper here. Okay. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. And I've been feeling this for the earth signs for a while. There is a lot of transformative energy that you guys have been dealing with for a while now. And the butterfly spirit is a great, and it's number 11. It's just, there's been something, I feel like, especially in the earth energies, especially Taurus, even Virgo, we got Capricorn, but I'm definitely been feeling this in your guys' readings. There's been a lot of work being done, and also like a calling to do the work. So that is your animal spirit. I am going to read these, you guys, after we get all of them pulled. I just find that you never know what you're going to get by reading the definitions. I like to look at the imagery and I like to read, but the books have a lot to say too. So we are going to do the reads on the oracles. And this is a Raven's Wand Oracle. Spread your wings, and it was reversed. Okay, so with it being reversed and the butterfly spirit next to it, you could be struggling a little during this transformation about actually, how do I put this? There could be I felt the resistance to actually fully go through the transformation process, if that makes sense, earth signs. I feel like the calling is there, the energy is there, and it's guiding you to do this really, and I feel like it's a lot of inner work and a lot of integrating like the emotional with the earthly stuff. And just there could be a slight blockage here in actually kind of finishing up the butterfly goes through this huge transformation, and it can be painful, and it can be grueling, and it can be exhausting. And to finish that up and to finally get the chance to spread your wings and actually show what you have gained through kind of the incubation period of this transformation. So if you haven't been going through this, then maybe this isn't the reading for you. But if you have, then this is definitely about finishing your, at least this part. We're always transforming, we're always growing, we're always expanding, we're always changing. But you guys have been going through quite a transformation, or at least definitely being guided to finish kind of releasing things, integrating emotional and like all your, just a lot of, earth signs are very earthy energy. So dealing with a lot of those other energies can be difficult for earth signs. They're really good with the earth stuff though. You guys are amazing with earth stuff. I have a lot of earth in my chart too, so I get it. And I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, so a lot. And this is, and it says the sadness of letting go. And there is this little girl's letting go of this bird. And there is some releasing. There's some releasing that needs to happen, and the communion of tender souls, and they're holding the butterfly. That's so sweet. And then we got Daisy and the dandelion. That's about being playful. The miracles are endless, cow spirit. Okay, so let's read this. Oh, so there's definitely, I feel like maybe a blockage in letting go of some sadness, and or maybe letting go of something that just, this could be a way of thinking, this could be old habits, this could be relationships, this could be places, things. You only know what this is, but there's also something really freeing, and like once you let go of something, you're actually going to be able to shine and show. It's interesting. I can't wait to read these, because I feel like we're going to get something really good out of the messages from the book. So joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. Transformation is inevitable as you grow into the most beautiful empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. That's what I'm feeling, actually, with this sadness of letting go. You know, letting go of parts of yourself too, old parts of yourself that you've maybe relied on or people have gotten used to. And these are the struggles of fully going through a full transformation and getting to that world energy, that's full circle, and then starting a new, which we always have something new to focus on, something new to grow through. And I say new to grow through, not go through, because if you grow through things, you're not going through them, you're growing through them. So that is important in the way you word things too, because it is hard. It's hard to go through the purification process. It's hard to let go of, especially, and a lot of those things that we're letting go of that don't serve us when we're doing this kind of work on ourselves is the negative stuff. It's toxic energy, it's toxic behaviors, it's toxic ways of thinking, it's conditioned ways of thinking, it's conditioned ways of being. It's holding on to ideas about ourselves that just no longer are us. So that is, or holding on to ideas of what others, you know, it's just, there's a lot about just letting go here. Even relationships must go through shifts to mark your new to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop taking yourself too seriously and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous. You will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is the day for joy, so a light. Look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. Really trying to see things more positively, I think is going to help you through finishing up this, you know, trying not to see through the dark, look at things in a more light way, and maybe not from and I was feeling this, I don't know, it was a few readings, but just really getting out of that way of seeing only what has been lost, only what you're letting go, and not seeing what's actually becoming from it, from letting go, how far you've came, how much good stuff has come in. Try to look at the positive. That's the message I'm getting from that card. And then we're going to go over to Spread Your Wings. And it did come out reversed, so we will read the reversed meaning, because it did pop out to me that it was reversed. Morag's feet are planted firmly on the rocky ground. She has roots that she's proud of and takes strength from. She might leave those roots from time to time, but she knows they will always remain to welcome her back again. She doesn't feel the need to remain fixed in time or space, or even within a mindset. And that's that's what I'm getting, is like, there's a time to, and that's the thing I was saying about the earth signs. They're very grounded and rooted in the earth things, and they haven't, one of the things I feel you guys have been working on, energetically, collectively, is unrooting yourself so that you can connect to other elements and other energies, and kind of, you can always go, that you are earth, so you can always go back to that grounded, rooted place. But growth happens through getting out of our comfort zones and getting out of our comfortable elements and our comfortable ways of thinking, our mindsets. And that's what I am feeling. I feel like there is a mindset here that needs to be, that Spirit's saying, have this mindset. You don't have to stay always grounded and rooted. You can get up off the ground. You can go into other energies and elements, and you can feel, and you can go through emotions, and you can still come back to your earth, to the ground, to what you know. But there's only one way to find out if you can fly, and that's not staying in the same kind of rooted position. I always kind of look at earth as it's not the most flexible element. It needs other elements to change, to transmute, to grow. In order to grow anything on the earth, you need other elements. You need fire, you need light, you need water, you need air, you know, or it's just earth. I mean, you grow so much more, and so much abundance comes from utilizing the other elements to help grow you. So that's what I'm feeling from that card. And she doesn't feel the need to remain fixed in time or space, or even within a mindset. It is about freeing your mind up from a certain time or a certain place or a certain way of being that you're kind of maybe stuck on. So that might help you guys, earth signs, that little message there, because that is what I'm feeling from that. And the sadness of letting go. And I was feeling like this could be letting go of just parts of yourself. Like, you guys have been working on this. There is always, even if there's traits of ourselves that are toxic maybe, or self-sabotaging, or protective, or really defensive, those are parts of ourselves that we've relied on many times in our lives to get us through things, and to keep us maybe detached from things, or maybe just there's just so much to it, you guys. But it's hard to say goodbye to those parts of ourselves. Like, even if it was just a way of being or a way of thinking, even if we know it's like, we know it ain't good for who we want to be and who we are today. We know we have to let go of some things, and maybe that includes things, places, people, but mostly I feel like it's all about the way we see things, and our perception of things, and the way we think about things. Our ideas, our old beliefs, our conditioning, our behaviors all come from the way we perceive things, the way we think we have to stay in this one spot, or this ain't gonna happen, or that ain't gonna happen, instead of really stepping out of the box, stepping out of the norm, and just letting go. Sometimes when we feel very alone, we have trouble letting go. But when we meet a companion who is like us, yet unlike us, their presence can help us open to new possibilities that show us who we could be. You are now freeing yourself from the old bonds and beliefs, from what you wanted to keep but could not. And this could be, you wanted to keep an old, holding on really tightly to an old way of being. Maybe you were, single for a long time, and now you've met somebody that just, you see something you respect, and something you admire, and something you want to attain in your life through them, whether this is a friendship, a relationship, or just a new idea of the way your life could be, or you could be. To move towards that means you're probably going to have to release some old, maybe rigid parts of yourself that are kind of stuck in their old ways, especially if it's quite drastically different from what you are used to being yourself. You are now freeing yourself from the old bonds and beliefs, from what you wanted to keep but could not. This could be also habits, addictions, anything like that if you're struggling with, you need to let go of, so that you can really shine your true, authentic self, not the self that's created through kind of, I say shallow or superficial, like social gatherings or anything like that, you guys. Like, think about that kind of stuff, like if you're truly happy where you're at. Whether or not this is right for you, and the soul says it is right for you, there's always sadness in letting go. And that's what I was feeling too. It is a void, a loss, a recognition that one thing we once wanted could not work within the world we are creating. And every release, so if you're looking to, say, you want to forgive somebody because you love them, or you want to connect with your family because you love them, and you've already kind of been stuck in a way of thinking that it's like you wanted to be right, maybe, in a situation. Sometimes you have to release the wanting to be right to make amends with loved ones. It could be vice versa too, where it's like, okay, I really wanted this, and now I see this isn't going to work because it's not in alignment. Maybe you have people you love and care about that just are still maybe doing things that just aren't in alignment with you anymore, and you have to release. It doesn't mean you release the love for people, but you maybe have to release your connection to it, and letting it energetically in your space. When you're trying to go through a transformation like this, it's really important to pay attention to what it is you want and what it is you are feeding with your energy. In every release, hold on. A loss, a recognition that one thing we once wanted could not work within the world we are creating. If every release truly made, there will be mourning. In every release. It doesn't matter if you think it's good or bad. There isn't a good and bad. It's just every time we release something in our life, there is a little bit of, sometimes more than others, but there's can be a lot of just uncomfortable feelings about it. And there can be a lot of discomfort. There can. If you're used to doing or feeling one way about something and it's time to change that because you want something that just doesn't align with that energy in your life, then it's time to pay attention to that. Trust yourself most of all, but accept the help of those whose kindness and care are unmistakable. Friendship will reveal aspects of your own soul that you did not know existed. Really, I'm feeling like that. There could be, something, a friendship or a partnership or something that's really revealing to you what you do want, but it's like, wow, that ain't really in alignment with like the way I am, the way I have been. It doesn't go with like, if you're with, let's say, this is just an example, but somebody wants kids and you're like, I never ever like wanted kids or something like this. And now it's like, but I do, I want this in my life because they've shown me that can be a good thing. Or somebody is recovering from a long, time addiction or something, and you see the way it's changed their life and their manner and their behaviors, and you're like, well, I like to party, I like to do that kind of stuff. But in order to, you have to find something that's more, how do I put this? More intriguing, something you're more in alignment with, something you're more passionate about, to actually say goodbye to the old comfortable, ways of thinking, ways of behaving, crutches, stuff like that, in order to really, truly release. It's like you have to want, and it could be completely opposite from what you've been living. Could be a complete change and shift in your whole demeanor, reality, the way you want to be a part of this world. But once that comes in, there's no unseeing it, there's no undoing it. You decide, I want to be a part of this. In order to be a part of this, I'm going to have to release this belief, or I'm going to have to release this resentment, or I'm going to have to release this idea that I was never going to have this. And sometimes that is it too. We tell ourselves that's never going to happen for me. So then we just pretend that's what we want. Like people are good at playing it off. Like, hey, this is fine. But deep down, you're meant to do certain things with your energy, your love. And we close ourselves off if we think, and people could have told us, maybe growing up, this is never going to happen for you, that's never going to happen for you. Or maybe we told ourselves that so many times, we actually start to believe it, and we actually start to be okay with that. But once you're like, no, that's not okay. I actually do want this in my life. And it's okay to not do this to my body, or do this to my loved ones, or I need to change. It's always, I feel, about changing yourself. And I won't even say changing. It's hard coming up with the words for this, earth signs, but it's like, you are changing. You are releasing. But it's not even like truly yourself that you're releasing. It's defense mechanisms. It's ego. It's control issues. It's even sometimes denial about what we deserve or what we want in our lives, or saying to ourselves, I don't want that in my life, because it just makes us feel better to say that, honestly, in the moment. It's maybe releasing the band-aids, the quick fixes, and actually doing the work to get truly what we want and what we see around us in relationships or friendships. And we're like, gosh, I kind of want that in my life. Like, somebody may have like a really, really strong connection to their family or job or something. You're like, gosh, I admire that. I respect that. I kind of want that in my life. How do I get that? Well, you can't. You may be able to talk to people. Say, how did you get from here to here? What did you have to release? And a lot of people that have worked really hard to get through a lot of old ways, old conditioning, just a lot of stuff will tell you what they've needed to release. And it's usually fear, pain, resentments, believing a certain way about yourself that's just not true. It's just not true. Telling yourself that you're somebody you're not. Not really listening true. Like, you have to release that. This is who I am. This is who I was told I was going to be. Like, everything you've created, everything you are in the creation, you release so that you can create yourself finally with your mind, your heart, your knowledge of what you've experienced so far. For some reason, this message is really, really strong, Earth signs. So I do feel like this is really important, because I feel like you're at a pivotal point right now in your transformation. And this does happen where you get to this point, and it's like almost easier to go back to our old ways, rather than just keep going through kind of the painful process of letting go of whatever it is you're letting go of. But it's important to do that so that you can actually expand and grow and become a part of everything around you in a whole different way. It's just, and then we got the Nine of Pentacles that came out and the King of Cups. Oh. And the Queen of Cups. This could very well, this is all cups too. So, which is very emotional. It's like really having that feminine and masculine, emotional, deep connection. With the Nine of Pentacles here too, that's working, that's hard work, and that's independence. But also this is like the King and the Queen. It's like being fully nurturing and emotional and deep, and like there's just a really nice energy here of balance. Yeah, and even there is a cups there's a king and a queen here. This could be about, wanting that in your life, this Queen of Cups energy, which is like, and then this kid in this card, the king has this kid down by him, having that and then and then this child's letting this bird go. She probably learned a lot from her little friend here. And that's kind of interesting too, because I'm getting that energy from this King of Cups in the center too, is that you could be learning a lot emotionally from somebody else. And like there is like this weird shadowy figure that's actually crowning this Queen of Cups with flowers. And it's almost like, I always feel with this shadowy figure that it's almost like that compassion and that loving understanding that comes from the Cups energy is like, it's almost like the darkness or the shadow or the negativity actually gives back to you something that you deserve, which is just the crowning, the acknowledgement that you understand that there is a compassion here, and then there is an understanding and a compassion here of knowing that you can learn even from the smallest of beings to the biggest of beings. There's just something here about growing from the relationships you're in or you are in, and there's some things still that you're trying to release so that you can actually really be a part of this that you want to be a part of, whether this is a relationship or a family situation, and then we got the Chariot right under the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Four of Pentacles under the King. The King is always pretty much the King of Cups. It can be very, there we go. And then we got the Ace of Cups right here, you guys, right under the Queen of Cups. It's almost like, I also feel like, really embracing that feminine, nurturing, loving, I don't know, it's just really almost like there's just like a crowning here of like understanding and love, self-love too, but like it's almost like the shadow part of yourself coming in to say, good job. You know, you actually, you see it for what it is, and it's not all bad. It actually has gifts to bring you. Like there's like some, but the Queen of Cups understands that because she's very intuitive, and she knows that past every, with every even negative thing, we call them negative, but like conditionings, ways that we've behaved, she understands why. It's just time to change that. It's time to grow through that. And then the Chariot here, moving forward. And this is, you know, this King of Cups, who's very in control of his emotions here. I feel like this little girl may be trying to get his attention. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I want to, you know, kind of deal with this child. But there is like the Four of Pentacles here, which is, what are you investing your time and energy in? Are you holding on to it? Are you not sharing it? Are you not, but then there's this Ace of Cups. This is a releasing, you know, releasing what you're holding on to, or investing it in what you really want, which means it's probably going to have to release ideas of what you thought, where you thought you were going to put your time and energy, and put your time and energy and money and efforts into what you truly want, not what, you know, like he looks like he's busy and he's getting ready to go off and do something else. And she's kind of there like, hey, and he's like, wait a minute, I have things to do. But then he's thinking about it. Should I stop and pay attention to this because this is important? And then the Queen of Cups comes right in here, and it's like, yeah, with the Ace of Cups right here too, right under it. And that's a beautiful new emotional opportunity. And I feel like this emotional opportunity is to bring in that really compassionate, emotional, we got the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely here an independence, but moving forward towards, I'd say, you could be moving towards, I feel like there's just something you want to be a part of, that you're going to have to release some things. It's right in the center. Sadness of letting go. I don't know if it's some sort of other idea you had, or just a certain like mindset of like, and I always feel like with the Four of Pentacles, greed, you know, being greedy with your time, energy, love, emotions, not paying attention to all the things you could be putting your time and energy into. But then there's the Ace of Cups right after it. This is paying attention to what you love, what you care about, and really, really filling your cup with the things that you enjoy and the things that bring you happiness and love and acceptance too. You know, I feel like the Queen of Cups is getting crowned by the shadowy image because she accepts the reality and the realness of it, and sees past just the negative, sees past just sees past the darkness, and sees the good nature in everything, I feel like. And the Ace of Cups there. Let me pull these last two cards, guys. And I feel like you have been working on your independence, maybe saving your money with the Nine of Pentacles here, and doing good in finances and stuff, working on it. And then we got the Six of Pentacles right under, as I said that. And this is sharing your money, your time, your energy. Maybe with somebody who you're like, no, this little kid is kind of maybe possibly could, you know, slow me down or get in my way or whatever. But then maybe she really needs that. And this is about generosity too, and being generous with your time, energy, seeing, and being grateful for what you have also to share. Being grateful that this little, it's interesting because this little girl, I've never noticed this before, but she's got something tied around her ankle. Like, it's almost like she was tied up and she's just found the first person on her path, Like she was bound up, and it did say bounds. You were bounded, releasing yourself from bonds. I feel like this little child has released herself from a bond, and this king comes along. This could be somebody in your life, a cups type energy, or you, but comes along and really is looking and finds just something she wants to be a part of, because she hasn't been a part of anything. And it's like, if he stops and pays attention instead of keeps going, it's like there's a nice releasing of like some negative energy here. I feel like it's kind of strange. I'm getting that it's a hard message to word. And then the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. This is working. Slowly but surely working and determined. There is something you want to give to, I feel like, or something you want to receive, but it's going to require you to release what you're holding on to. And I feel like it's an Ace of Cups. Could be a relationship, could be just something you need to do for yourself so that you can have self-love. Maybe there's something you need to release, talk about, share, so that you can feel good moving forward, and you can actually finish whatever. It feels like a strong letting go energy, a strong transformation that is possible here. The aces are always opportunities. They're not guarantees. You have to do the work. When these chances come up, and this could be with even another person, to kind of show your kindness and your compassion towards another that's not, and not just show your kindness and compassion towards another that's not like you, but see yourself in them, see them in you, and understand it is and we got the King and Queen here, it is a fair balance. And that's also the Six of Pentacles. It should be fair, not it's compassion, it's mercy, it's charity, it's giving, it's understanding that yes, I have to let go of something that I've been holding on to really, really tight. I feel like you've done a lot of hard work, becoming like this can be single, independent, and you're holding on to that, but there is something around you here you want to share with somebody. It could be a water sign even. With the cups, we got two cups here, or this could just be the balancing of your masculine and feminine emotional energy. But there is a moving, like, it's weird because there's this Chariot energy, and then there's this Knight of Pentacles energy right under it, and it's almost like you want to move fast, like, to this Ace of Cups, but there's a need to like slow down and take the time to kind of show that you understand something about what you are actually releasing and putting your energy. There's some kind of, this is really hard to word. It's like there's a slow, this has been a slow, I'm feeling like this has been a really slow process, but it is moving forward. The Chariot's usually faster, but I'm not seeing this as fast. I'm seeing this as slow. And I feel like right now in the center is this strong energy that you want to hold on to something, and Spirit's asking you to let go of it. To let go of it so that you can have an Ace of Cups, so that you can have this Queen of Cups energy in your life, whether this is befriending your own shadow, your own, and having compassion and empathy, whether this is for your own, and as you do it for yourself, you do it for others, but this could be for somebody else too. But doing the work, staying diligent, keeping with it, and paying attention to each detail as you do it to make sure there is a gratitude and grace and understanding here. There is a strong energy of that, you guys. So let's, I'm going to check on the bottom here. And it's the Knight of Cups. And he's looking at the clouds. Got a lot of cups and earth energy. And that's what I was feeling at the beginning of your reading. I said, I've been feeling for earth signs, they've been really trying to embrace that emotional element, the water element. And I feel like you're right there, like coming to, and then we got the cow spirit. Miracles are endless. I got to look at these again, guys, because Daisy and the Dandelion. I feel like I'm going to read that one because I feel like there's something there. I mean, there's always something, but I just want to read it because I just... Daisy and the Dandelion, it was reversed. Dandelions aren't popular with gardeners. They never seem to retreat. No matter how often they're dug up, the seeds scatter, and it's not long before the garden's full of those cheerful yellow flowers again. As humble as the dandelion might be, its powerful message is telling you that there's something going on in your life that you need to try harder at. Maybe you need a rest first. Then, when the next breeze comes along, your efforts will be like those seeds, ready to start afresh. Yeah, and I'm definitely feeling that. Like, you need to try harder. I know it feels like you're working hard, but I feel like you've been working really hard on your like material stuff. Maybe being single, independent, financially stable. But there's something here emotionally that you need to work harder at. And it has something to do with, you know, balance and generosity and compassion and seeing behind. It's the Queen of Cups is also psychic, intuitive, seeing yourself in the shadow and the shadow in yourself and doing the work it takes to love and nurture yourself and others. So I don't know, that's the message I'm getting, Earth signs. I am going to look here. I do want to read this one too, the communion of tender souls, because I'm this energy, it's not bad, but it feels like really rough energy. Like you could be going through some pretty rough energy. And I just feel like I want to get you as much guidance as we can, because it feels like you're right. It feels like there's just, it feels like you just need to push yourself a little harder to get through this. The communion of tender souls. True communion comes in the moments where two who once felt strangers connect over a simple delight of warmth that springs up between them. Our souls, for all they grow in solitude, crave those moments of connection. And here you have this moment. This kinship runs deep. It is created through what is shared but unspoken, what is understood without explanation. That's that Queen of Cups energy too. There's something here. Could be something you're really seeing here. This kinship runs deep. It is created through what is shared but unspoken, what is understood without explanation, what is seen without being exposed. The tender parts of each of you has found a safe place, each within the other. Nurture and tend this gently and with respect. That's what I'm feeling, you guys. There's something here you need to tend to gently, with respect, with compassion, with understanding. And it's coming in, and it has an opportunity, that Ace of Cups. But it's going to take a lot of paying attention to the details of how you are working, what you are working on, what you're putting your energy into, what you're releasing, what you're holding on to. Are you going to stop and pay attention to this soul or this person or this, I don't know, opportunity that's bringing in something really nice here? Allow both of you, okay, so nurture and tend this gently and with respect, and allow both of you your freedom. In time, let us see what will be woven between you two souls. For now, rest in the bliss of this communion. There's definitely something connecting here. You may be connecting with somebody here. If you are connected to somebody, I feel like you really do want this in your life, but there's some things you got to let go of in order to, whether this is your ego, an old way of thinking, maybe an old way of behaving, maybe a defense mechanism, maybe a holding on to stuff that's just is not doing anything. It's just sitting there in a box so you can go through it when you feel like going through it, and then you put that on the lid until you want to look it all the stuff you saved. That's what I'm feeling with this 4 right in the center. And then we got cow spirit, you guys. So I am reading this too, because I am getting some messages from the under of these. I always look at them, but I don't necessarily always read them, but I just feel like you guys may need a little extra guidance with this reading, because it feels confusing to me, but you know, sometimes after seeing them later, it's not as confusing. But you are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Cow spirit nudges you to pay attention, because this is a perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. That's what I'm feeling. Be careful. I said it at the very beginning, something about feeding, which energies you're feeding and paying attention to. It's a strong message in your guys' reading. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. Stay positive and share your well-being with others. Sharing happiness with others, not just a part of you that's, I don't know, there's just, cow spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. I do like that. All right, earth signs. So that is what I got for you guys. I hope it helped somebody. Moving forward with emotion and a healthy emotional movement forward. And healthy means compassion, understanding, generosity, sharing yourself. It looks like there could be somebody, a really close friend or a companion or an opportunity here, and you see something that you value in that, and it may require you to release something for you to be a part of that. And then the Ace of Pentacles on the split. So you guys, I hope that helped. I always appreciate you guys coming and watching your readings. This one did run a little bit longer, but I will tell you, this was a very strong message about releasing some old ways of being to be part of something new that I feel like is maybe part of a relationship, companionship, friendships, family. I was feeling all that. There's just, you're right at that. I'm feeling you're right at that breaking point where you can either retreat and go back in the cocoon, and not finish your transformation, this part of your transformation, because I feel like this has been an emotional transformation in the emotional body, how to handle your mind and your emotions and the earthly stuff and your emotional stuff. But yes, kind of ungrounding yourself, unrooting yourself, getting out of your box, and knowing that you can always connect to all the earthy things whenever, but you need to step away from the earthy things sometimes, and the earthy stuff you're holding on to really connect with your spirit and with your soul. So that's what I am feeling there. And just, I know this reading is long, you guys, but I'm gonna just hit this card again because this just feels like a really powerful message. And I mean, I have a lot of earth in my chart, and I know people with a lot of earth, like our earth signs. So it's just, when I get really strong messages like this, foolish, or sometimes when we feel very alone, we have trouble letting go. But when we meet another, a companion who is like us, yet unlike us, their presence can help us open to new possibilities that show us who we could be. You are now freeing yourself from the old bonds and beliefs from what you wanted to keep but could not. Whether or not this is right for you, and the soul says it is right for you, there is always sadness in letting go. It is a void, a loss, a recognition that one thing we once wanted could not work within the world we are creating. In every release truly made, there will be mourning. Trust yourself most of all, but accept the help of those whose kindness and care are unmistakable. Friendship will reveal aspects of your own soul that you did not know existed. I love that. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for coming again, and I will talk to you later.